I'm Lexi, and I'm in the US. If you're anything like me, this time of year, your Facebook feed is probably full of Thanksgiving kitchen disaster stories. You probably have one of your own if you live in the US. And if you don't live in the US, chances are you have a holiday kitchen disaster story of some sort of your own. Well, I've got one too. It might not be so bad as forgetting to thaw the turkey, or forgetting to take the frozen giblets out, or lighting my kitchen on fire trying to use a turkey fryer, or I don't know, someone's drunk uncle driving their car into my living room. It's nothing that dramatic, but I do have a story. And I figured I'd share that with you today. I had just bought my first house, and I really wanted to do the whole Thanksgiving hosting thing. I'd done it once before, so this was not the first time I'd cooked Thanksgiving. It was just the first time I'd cooked Thanksgiving in this house. The night before, I prepped all the desserts like I always do. Everything was working just fine. The day of, I've got the turkey in the oven. My parents came over about an hour before I thought dinner was going to be ready. I didn't have cable, so they didn't spend the whole day over. But they showed up early enough that my mom could help me with some of the side dishes. And there were a lot of side dishes, because I don't really know the meaning of the word enough. I like Thanksgiving and Christmas to be these huge, grand affairs with lots of different things to put on your plate and all different kinds of tastes and tons of leftovers. So even though there was just 5 of us, I probably had enough food to feed 15. That's just the way I roll. But, so my mom and I are in the kitchen. We're getting all the side dishes ready. And at some point, we realize the turkey's not fully cooked. Now, like I said, I've read enough of these stories that I know to thaw the bird. It was thawed. The oven broke. Now, this is where the memory of those that were there differs a little. Both my mom and I remember the oven sort of working, but it was an electric oven, and I do understand the way they work. Either it was working or it wasn't working. So, nearest we can logic out, we must have cooked the thing under the broiler. And it took forever. My family likes to eat Thanksgiving kind of late anyway. Our normal dinner time is 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. But we ended up eating sometime around 10. Again, I've said this twice, but just to reiterate, it took forever. And of course, by that time, all the side dishes had gone cold because they were ready for dinner at 8. So those had to be reheated. And in preparation of telling this story to all of you, I was talking to my mom about some of the details. And she told me, yeah, at one point, the dog, who I had to do the math because I was remembering this dog as being a puppy at this point. She was about 5 months, so okay, maybe she could have done this and climbed up on a chair. But my mom said, at one point the dog got up onto the table and started eating the potatoes. Well, I was not aware of this. I was not told this. Apparently the potatoes were just picked up and ushered out of existence without my knowing. Now, I know the first thing that comes to mind is, how did you not notice the potatoes were missing? Again, I make a ton of side dishes, and I'm sure that I still had mashed potatoes on the table. There's no way that those could have disappeared without me noticing. And my mom said that these looked like boiled potatoes, but I don't make boiled potatoes. So these must have been my honey Parmesan potatoes. And okay, maybe those could have left the table without me being aware. Do you guys want to see the recipe for that? Those are really good, and honestly, I haven't made them in a while. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video on my honey Parmesan potatoes. Anyway, tangent. So, the 5-month-old dog who, if she was 20 pounds at the time, I'd be surprised. But nothing has ever stopped this dog when she wanted something. So the 5-month-old puppy must have climbed up onto a chair and onto the table and eaten the potatoes. And the turkey took forever because the oven died. So, all in all, we did have a nice Thanksgiving once all the food was finally done. My parents had to bring a chair because me and my infinite wisdom only had a table with 4 chairs. It had a beautiful leaf that it could expand with, but it had 4 chairs. I don't know. I still don't have 5 chairs. I really should just get another chair. Lots of tangents today, but I guess isn't that what story time's about? Well, like I said, all of you probably have your own holiday disaster story. Why don't you let me know down below in the comments, and we can all have a few more laughs. But as always, if you could give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. To all of you in the US, happy Thanksgiving. And for all of you everywhere, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.